Well, as I mentioned, this is the third day of Christmas, the Christmas season of the 12 days of Christmas. And there's a story that I ran across. It's called The 12 Days of Christmas, and it was written by Janet Brennan. She writes, it was still the Christmas season. The snow that gently hugged the tips of the mountains and the farolitos, the paper lanterns that graced the homes and the business establishments here in Albuquerque, told me so. But it wasn't Christmas in my heart. Tragedy had struck our family just a few months earlier with the untimely and the sad death of my oldest daughter, Kristen. Much to my surprise, life proceeded, albeit on a surreal level. How could I ever get through the holidays? How could I be strong for my family? My parents decided to come and be with us that Christmas. It was good. It was good that they could come, that we would be together for this holiday. It was the first night of Christmas, and the lights of Albuquerque sparkled below us, and I had just finished playing Christmas songs on my piano when the front doorbell chimed. My son, Nick, went to see who had come to visit us so late. "What in the world?" he exclaimed. "There's no one here." My daughter, Kate, ran to the door, and she gasped in surprise. Sitting on the front porch was a beautiful white candle, and the fire of the candle danced merrily as we brought it quickly inside. That was so nice. Who could have given us such a nice present? And why didn't they stay? So that we could thank them. Then the following night, after a particularly stressful day, we once again heard the sound of a doorbell. That time, a basket of freshly baked ginger cookies was left for us. They were still warm, and they were covered with a clean red checkered dish towel. Nick ran quickly out onto the porch and into the driveway, and no one was there. What was going on? Who would be doing this? And how could they disappear so quickly without a trace in the night? On the third night, we waited with anticipation. Nick had a plan that he felt would be foolproof. He would be ready this time if the doorbell rang. And he camped out directly in front of the door. And sure enough, there came a knock, and before anyone had a chance to respond, Nick swung open the door. However, much to his chagrin, he wasn't fast enough, and nestled among delicate green foil were two crystal tree ornaments, and they were filled with a fragrant, spicy potpourri, and we immediately put them in a prominent place on our Christmas tree. This was fun. My father's eyes sparkled with life, and my mother's face was lit up with a happy smile. How wonderful. Someone was playing the 12 Days of Christmas on us. But who? Who would be doing such a wonderful thing? The fourth night arrived, accompanied by a storm, and the wind and the snow lapped against our windows with a fury, and we were certain that we would not receive a visit from our Christmas spirit on such a cold night. But we were wrong, right on schedule. The front door rattled with a knock, and this time 2 tiny wooden angels were left behind for us to behold. The children ran to the end of the porch. Nothing could be seen, not even a footprint in the snow. Such a mystery. On the 5th and 6th and 7th nights, we received tall honey wax candles and a nut bread bursting with cherries and almonds and a tiny nutcracker carved from clothespins and held together with pipe cleaners. Now it was time to get down to serious business. Our curiosity was piqued. We simply had to know our mystery benefactor. "No," said my father, "whoever does this doesn't want to be seen. And it's our responsibility to keep it that way. This is part of the gift. This angel is also receiving a gift, the pure and obvious joy of giving. secure in the knowledge that he or she is bringing joy to this family at a very hard time for them. And he, of course, was right. On the 8th night, we waited and no one came. Disappointed and tired, we went to bed. We had come to look forward to these visits, and now we wondered why they'd stopped. Morning dawned brightly, and when my husband stepped out to retrieve the paper, lo and behold, on our threshold were 2 gifts, a red poinsettia and a lovely Christmas cactus that was preparing to bloom. Our friend had caught us off guard this time. Indeed, our 8th and 9th day gifts had been quietly left outside our door sometime during the night. On the 10th night, we received an apple pie, steaming hot, and carefully wrapped in red and green napkins. On the 11th day, brown and white handmade coasters made out of cardboard and lined with satin ribbon were left. They were so lovely. Our sweet angel had helped us through our loss and treated us to a very different kind of Christmas. On the 12th day of Christmas, we enjoyed a quiet family dinner. It had been a good Christmas after all, loving and joyous. And then the front doorbell rang, and right on cue, our secret friend disappeared into the night, leaving behind a small white envelope. Upon opening it, we found that our 12th Christmas gift was a message neatly written by a child's hand, and it read, "I am the spirit of Christmas, which is peace. I'm the spirit of gladness, which is hope. I'm the heart of Christmas, which is love." We never knew who left all those wonderful gifts. We did, however, discover the spirit of Christmas and how important it is to recognize the many ways that Jesus surprises us by sending angels into our lives. We learned how essential it is to bring peace and hope and love into a dark place, not only at Christmas, but all the year through. My friends, from our gospel today, we learned that Simeon and Anna, not expecting, though they'd waited a lifetime for it, were able to receive that gift of the real presence of Jesus. My hope, my prayer for you is that Jesus surprises you with his presence, his peace, his hope, his love in your lives. Amen.